I think I'm live. Welcome to the live. Trying to see how to get it on here. Hey, I'm trying to pull it up on. Okay, I think I can see the comments on here. Uh, Hi, Beyond Bless. I'm 2 minutes late. I did good. Hey, Shonda. I was trying to pull it up on this laptop here. This a. Uh, hey, y'all. How y'all doing tonight? Thank you. This was my vacation hair, but I think I'm gonna stick with braids for a while because the wigs just wasn't. I couldn't get. They were sitting on my head like a hat. I didn't want to glue them down, so it's gonna be me and braids and maybe some sew-ins from here on out. No more wigs for me. How y'all doing on this? What's Monday, Tuesday night? Okay, I don't need this laptop because I can see the comments right here. Let me log out of here. Just getting off from a 12-hour shift. Oh, okay. You did day shift. I scheduled it for 8 p.m., but I forgot everybody is in my time zone. 8 p.m. here is not 8 p.m. everywhere. Cause I was like, okay, if those who get off at 7 or go in at 7, well, those who get off at 7 probably be able to catch it. But thank you. Yeah, I wanted to hit it this summer, but y'all know I barely upload. So I was like, every video I upload, I get a few new subscribers, but I had to do an 11 to 7. I like them 8-hour shifts. I I picked up. I will show y'all my calendar, but I ain't got nothing on under here, so I don't want to get up. But I got all my shifts for the month on my calendar, and I wanted some more shifts because there was like if I do a 7 a to 7 p, the day before that I can't work a night shift, but I gotta kind of coordinate it with my son's schedule because he drives to college twice a week, and I don't want my daughter being here by herself. So it kind of limits me a little on what I can work, but so I sent a text message out today because they sent a bunch of shifts to us, and I was like, I don't want to do the full 12, but if somebody willing to split with me, we could split some of these 12-hour shifts, and I got a few people willing to split, thank God. So, because I got to recoup my money now. I spent a little bit too much in Cancun. I wasn't planning to spend all that. So I need that plus more back. I had a good time though. Surprisingly, because I really don't have like I vacation, but I'm not a I don't know how to put it. I go on little trips, but it's more mainly to relax, and I'm like not the person you want to go on a vacation with because I don't really want to leave off the resort. I really go on vacation to sleep, eat, and relax and drink. I don't really want to leave off the resort, but my friends they always want to do excursions and stuff, and I hate to be the party pooper, but so I go on excursions and I really don't have a good time because I tell people I'm not the one to vacation with. Yeah, I had a good time. I did. I went on the excursion and we got left on the island. I think it was their plan to, they try to pick up as many groups as they can to make as much money as they can. So the first part of the excursion, the boat ride was nice. The second part, we went on this island. We was there for about 2 hours. The food was good, and then we just laid on the beach. I'm not a beach person. I'm a pool person, so I was just laying there, just waiting for the boat to come pick us back up. But then they took us to another island, and it was just to sit there until they go pick up whatever crew they had to pick up. It was a long day. I was tired, and I almost felt like we wasted that whole day on that excursion. Thank you. All them outfits was from Shein, and I still got some I didn't even get to wear. I was trying to wear 3 outfits a day, but it didn't work out like that. Would you ever consider doing a meet and greet or a trip with your a meet and greet? Do anybody live in South Carolina? I think one person told me they live in South Carolina. I can do Georgia. Maybe I could one day. I've agreed to go to other people meet and greets because there's a couple people I watched that one of them she said she's thinking about doing one in Charlotte, and I would go to her meet and greet. I didn't think I was to the point where I don't know. I guess because I'm a small YouTuber, I didn't think anybody want to do a meet and greet. But you never know. I mean, I'm open to it if it's finally like in South Carolina. I'm close to Georgia and I'm close to Charlotte. So either one of those 3 states, I have to pick a place. Um, yeah, all my outfits came from Shein because I'm the type of person I used to go places and I would take one outfit per day, and I had to learn you gotta at least take 2 outfits and bedclothes per day on wherever you go. Even if I'm staying somewhere one night, I need to take like 2 or 3 outfits just in case that first outfit don't work out. So I still got clothes that I bought from Shein that I didn't get to wear, and they're all like summer outfits. So I have to wait till next year, and by then they'll probably be out of style. But I want to thank y'all for helping me get to 1K subscribers. Y'all, I was so excited. My daughter texted me telling me congratulations on 1K. And I was like, I knew I was close, but I didn't think I would hit it that day. Because it's like I said, every video I put out, I get like 2 or 3 subscribers. At the most, I might have got like 4 with a video. But that day, I mean, after that video, I think I had got like 6 or 7. It don't seem like a lot to some, but I was just shocked. I felt so happy. I was like, dang, I didn't know I would feel like this. Like excited. I didn't know I would feel like that because y'all know I've been doing this for so long. I've been so lazy with it. I was barely uploading. Y'all can tell I don't even try to do thumbnails no more. I ain't even got a good, like, I'm still working off of Android. My daughter be telling me all the time to get an iPhone. I'm like, girl, look. I don't feel like learning no new phone. I might get an updated Android for the quality be a little better. I don't feel like going through the whole thing with the camera because I have to learn how to operate that. I said I'm just gonna have to keep it with this phone with this Android for however long. I feel like the information I give, I don't really do a lot. I talk about long term care, and you don't really need to see it. You can just hear it, you know. It was just a thought. I'm from upstate, like Spartanburg, Greenville. I told I was in somebody else's live. I watched Christian Renee. Christian, I hope I'm saying it right. And she was saying she wanted to do a color. She would want to do a collab. I told her I would collab with her, but I don't really go to Florida too often. But I told her I'm planning to go get my eyebrows retouched so I can meet her in Florida. How's the weather in Florida? I've been to Florida a few times, so I think everybody in the southeast probably has been to Florida a time or two. How long have you lived in Florida? I've been to Tampa, Jacksonville, and what other part of Florida? And Sanford. Where are you beyond blessed? And y'all see, I went and got these balloons, and y'all can't even see the balloons, child. Y'all know me, child. When Party City told me that price, I said, "Ooh, girl, this don't make no sense. You be that cheap." Yeah, I still be doing it with my Android. And my daughter be like laughing all the time. She be telling me, talking about, don't send me no ashy pictures and don't what is it when she get a message from me? It's a green bubble or something. She be like, don't be messaging me with no green bubbles. She a time girl. I told her, look, I'm not getting no Android because that's a whole. Even when I would use her Android for something, I wouldn't even know how to go to. I call it Google, but I guess it's Safari on her. I was like, girl, look, I don't have time to be learning all this new stuff. Let me stick with what works. Indiana. I got a coworker from Indiana. Two coworkers from Indiana. Mm, okay, I've been. I ain't been. I've been to Spartanburg once. I went and worked at a facility in Spartanburg when I traveled. Yeah, it's cold. It's cool here. It was like 50, about 59, 60 degrees. I had on my boots today. Shoot. I said they're gonna get these boots, the little short boots with the fur on them too, cause outside of my flip flops and my sandals, I didn't want to look crazy with flip flops on. So I put on my boots. I said I don't know if this really the boot weather yet, but that's what they're gonna get. Are both of you working long term care? 57 in Florida. Wow. You could tell. You could tell. What is it called, y'all? I be getting lost for words. My brain ain't working like it used to. Was it third? Oh, the global warming or thermal, whatever it is with the Oh, you follow Korea? Yeah, I be seeing a lot of people in there that I think one of the I went in there tonight and somebody was telling me hi and I did I rec- she was a moderator so she might have had a different name. I was like I don't remember seeing her on my channel, but hey, long term care and assisted living. I like assisted living. They just don't like me. They always canceling me. I had one assisted living facility that's like 5 minutes from my house. I used to love to go there, but I guess they said that was a little too much money, so they start canceling me, and I just had to stop going. I love going there though. I actually did my project when I was in my BSN program. I did it on that facility. Hmm. Yes, I'm a long term. I was watching somebody video today because y'all know I say I'm not going back to school. I say never. But I have no plans on going back to school. But you had your boots on, yeah, girl. I was like, they gonna be looking at me crazy. But I sure had the boots on with the little fur on the top. I was like, I feels crazy going in with some slides on, but it was cold. Shoot, you already bought, yeah. If y'all work night shift, y'all already bought y'all under the desk heaters. I call every year. I gotta order a desk for a heater to go under the desk. I order two. You gotta order one and then one for backup. And I see you going in there night shift. You got your heater ready? In Indiana, I know it's probably like what 40 degrees. Then rehab and assisted living. How is substance abuse? I'd be so scared. Okay, right? In the bag. I ordered mine. I think we got the first chill like a week and a half ago. I went on Amazon and ordered me two heaters real quick because I said I am not about to freeze on these people's job. Yep. I had mine in my once I leave. This will be my first time going back to work since I got the heater. So when I go to work in the morning, my heater will be in my car. Really on day shift, it don't be as bad. Let me see when I go back to work. Okay, it'll be Friday night. Yeah, I have my heater ready. Weight loss, I had to start over. I'm gonna upload a video Thursday. When I went on the trip, I was 277. I was still holding that 277. The food was not that good to me, so I don't think I gained weight from the food at the resort. I think I gained weight because my friend, I didn't know she eat like that. And so when they be like, let's get something to eat, you don't want to be the only one sitting there not eating, right? So airport, we was in the airport and she was like, let's get something to eat now. I didn't know airport food was that expensive. I just got a sub and a bottle of water. It was $24. So, and I wasn't even hungry. I was still full off the food the night before, but I didn't want to just be sitting there because her son went with us and they're eating and I'm not eating. So I ate that. But then once we got to the airport, to Atlanta, and did all that walking. We had to walk must be 30 minutes and then wait on the bags about an hour. And then we had to drive back to South Carolina. So that was a 4.5 hour drive. So I was hungry again. So we went to Burger King and I got a combo with a drink and a milkshake. And so I ate that because I was like, if I gained any weight, I might have gained 2 pounds. So I ate that. And then once I got to her house, because I left my car at her house, I drove to my hometown because I had gotten my guy friend, I had gotten him some Mexican tequila, and that was our trash pickup day. And so the Cash App payments, when the people make the Cash App payments, we use that to pay the workers. So I had to take him the Cash App payments, and then I had to drive home because I had to work the next morning in Columbia. And so once I on the way home, I was hungry again, and so I stopped by Sonic and I got a chicken sandwich combo and a Reese Blast, y'all. So 5 pounds back on y'all, but I'm gonna work them 5 pounds off this week. I've been doing good. I'm gonna work them off. I'm gonna get them off. My work bag is heavy. I feel like the straps will give out. What all you got in your bag? I went and bought some instant coffee. Got to get ready for the winter. I went and bought some instant coffee and some sugar free and low carb creamer. Hi, Tawanda. How you doing? So yeah, my weight loss. I'm not starting back over. I put back on 5 pounds, but them 5 pounds gonna be gone this week. Cause I've been doing good since I got back. When I got back Monday, I went to work. I didn't eat all day at work. It was an 8 hour shift. I didn't eat all day. I just had 2 egg sandwiches and I was full. And then that night I was eating because I was bored. I wasn't even hungry, y'all. I was just bored, and I made one of those Tostino's pizza. So I stayed under 1,000 calories. And then today, all I had was some baked chicken and green beans. And I didn't have nothing else to eat yet. I had a piece of baked chicken and some green beans. They didn't have water. Well, they had water, but they didn't have unsweet tea and they had Diet Coke. So I ended up getting sweet tea. But that's all I had so far today. And I'm full. I don't feel like walking back downstairs. So if I don't go downstairs, I weigh in tomorrow. I'm hoping to be half midway. Like, I'm trying to lose that 5 this week because I know it's probably just it's from eating that ice cream and stuff and that milkshake. I'm trying to be halfway down the 5 tomorrow and then fully down the full 5 Friday so I can feel like I am right where I need to be. It's not bad. Really laid back admissions assessment and med pass. But the clients come to you to the med window. We all use a. I'm so scared to do. I'm scared to work with substance abuse, and I'm scared to work in psych. I think I'm too friendly, and I think people will take advantage of that. I'm so scared. That's why one of the reasons why I won't work in the prison, because I think I'm a little too friendly. I'm just a little too southern hospitality. My friend works at a substance abuse center, and everybody say they like it and they like prison, but I don't know. I feel like the people will take advantage of me. You'll shed the 5 pounds. Yeah, I'm hoping so, cause y'all see how y'all saw the struggle to get to 277, and I felt so good, cause I always once I get I've had a problem shedding that 280. I've been in them 280s, y'all, for like 13, 14 years. And it's so funny because I was so small when I was a teenager that I used to take appetite pills to gain weight. I was so small, my pockets used to clap, even after I had kids. Because y'all know I started having kids early. I was so small, and me and my friend used to take appetite pills to gain weight. And I don't know what happened. It seemed like after I got my tubes tied, I blew up and I gained like 80 pounds. A mess. Yeah, yeah, and I was even working in the hospital. I used to that's why I changed my name on Facebook too, because I used to have my name, but people would look you up on Facebook. Like your patients will look you up because I've had a long-term care patient look me up on Facebook. They will look you up on Facebook, so I had to change my name on Facebook and all. Yeah, it's scary. Yeah, I can't do psych. Mm-mm. I mean, geriatric psych. Probably, yeah, because we almost doing that anyway. but adult psych, no, and children's psych, definitely not. I did a rotation in psych. We had to do it in school. One day with the kids, it was a wrap. Adult, just regular adult psych, can't do it. Geriatric psych, I was good with because I just let them, whatever they say there, whatever reality they living in, that's the reality I go to. If you saw your mama crossing the street yesterday, I'm gonna ask what was she wearing. Yeah, somebody follow you home. How they follow you home? It was a hot. You was working in a hospital. Hormonal changes from year two. You know what, Tawanda? I said, Burke. I'm gonna put this because it's not, it's not medication. So I know birth control that's medication can cause you to gain weight or whatever. But I was like, why get my tubes tied caused me to gain so much weight? I didn't understand it. So it was hormonal. Cause I was like, dang. And I mean, and my friend was telling me, girl, your hips spreading, girl. But I was fine with it because I was so small that, I wanted to get a little bit of junk in my trunk and all. So I was fine with it. But then it just kept going. And before you knew it, I was 280 pounds. Oh, they must have liked you. They wanted to follow you home. Medtechs are great. They see them, cuss, and they are on it. I call them my, yeah. I had a little, I wish some of the techs I work with, I wish that I could open a facility sometimes and just hand pick certain ones and then pay them so well because they are the best. But then some of them, but everywhere I work, I always have. It's a time. I had an issue with a tech the other day because look at my son busting in the room. Rez, go back in your room. He in here looking for something. I should have locked my door. I don't know why I didn't lock it. Um, I gotta watch him in my closet. There'll be a pair of shoes in the trash. I had a tech the other day that she came to work, but she didn't come on the floor. And she was already late when she got there. She didn't get there after 8 o'clock. But she came to work, but she never came on the floor. Her patient, close my door, Rez. 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 Close my door. Thank you. She came to work, but she didn't come on the floor. Her patients were asking for her, and she got upset because I didn't know she was there. So I was texting, asking on call, well, where is she or whatever. They were like, she said she there. I was like, well, she not on the floor yet. And then she ain't talked to me the whole day, y'all. Almost to maintain my, oh. Yeah, and okay, he gone. I after I had my daughter, I didn't gain any weight. My first child. After I had my first son, I gained a little bit of weight, but I went on birth control, but I didn't stay on that long. My third and my fourth, I didn't gain weight. That fifth, when I got my tubes tied, it was over. PD area, PD. What is the PD area? I'm sorry, I don't know. Is that Myrtle Beach? So I had to take. Okay. Yeah, she knew she was wrong and ain't talked to me the rest of I mean, the whole shift. She worked a double. I was there for 12 hours. She didn't talk to me the whole shift. And I was like, why people act like that when they know they ain't wrong? Y'all, the shift started at 7 o'clock. She walked on the floor about 9:40. 9:40. Ain't talked to me the whole day. Normally we talk and joke with each other. She ain't say a one word to me. And I was like, why people act like that when they know they wrong? But that's just the culture of that facility. They used to doing that. And so that's why I say I can never be like a deal win of a facility because so many people wouldn't like me. Hartsville. I don't even know what Hartsville is. Where is Hartsville? It's a shame I've been in South Carolina like 29. No, I've been in South Carolina 30. Dang, about 35 years. I don't know what Hartsville at. What else is it near? Hartsville. I don't know what Hartsville. I always thought PD was associated with like the Myrtle Beach area. Yeah, yeah, they get real comfortable. They came to me one day and asked me would I be willing to be a temporary DON because the DON was leaving. They didn't have, they're gonna go to all the RNs in the building, and I turned them down quick. Like, no, I don't want to even be no acting DON. I don't want nothing to do with anything in any of these offices. Oh, okay. Oh, Florence is the PD. I didn't know that. I went to Florence to work at a facility. I be all over. I be all over South Carolina. I went to Florence to work at a facility a few times. It was a real nice facility, but I can't remember the name of it. But it was real nice. But yeah, people do get too comfortable on the job, but they allow it. Them boys do it to you. After I had my daughter, I was good. Had my son and back got not the back, girl. You should have seen me trying to cover up the rolls on this vacation. I was like, dang, I thought them 13 pounds would have helped me out a little bit. Yeah, I just don't want to, cause I be even the techs and the nurses. Y'all done heard my stories about the nurses. I be like, how y'all been nurses this long? And y'all, like, I understand. Like I said, I made a med error the other day. I understand some mistakes, but some things you gotta question now. Like how you got somebody on two, I don't even know them class A, what class they are, but oxycodone and hydrocodone 10, and you ain't gonna question that? Yeah, but I'm trying to lose the weight, y'all. I kind of knew because when I woke up the next morning, like when I got up Monday morning, well, I was looking in the mirror anyway because I was like, why does double chin look like it done got big again? Because it was coming down a little. And I said, no, I don't put on some. You could feel it. Even if it's only like 3 pounds, you could feel it. And I felt heavier. And I got on that scale. I almost cried. I was like, girl, how you keep going back in these 280s? How? If I could just hit 270, I'll feel like I'm home free. I'll feel like, girl, if I hit 270, I might feel like I'm like 210. I ain't gonna lie. Because I haven't been able to break out of them 280s in forever. Yeah, the ADONs at my job, they have a hard time because them girls don't listen. They don't listen. And that the facility I'm PRN at, a lot of the a lot of the staff there are staff because they get away with so much. I feel like they know they can't go nowhere else and get away with what they get away with. This Therese, y'all. He just being nosy. He want to know who I'm talking to. That's all. I would show y'all my bed, honey, but he got my bed like on 4 flats over here. He done broke all the rails off, and I gotta go pick my bed up from the store. They called me and told me it was ready, but I got him because I got that lock on my door now. I just need to start using it. People, Well, thank y'all for joining me. I was kind of nervous to do the live because I was like, what are you gonna talk about? I was sorry to go down there and make me a cup of coffee, but I was like, no, because then I might be up all night. But do y'all like me talking about the long term care stuff? Because sometimes I be feeling like I talk the same thing over and over and over. And then I be wanting to talk about acute care, but I don't want to, because I don't really have nothing good to say about acute care. And I was like, I don't want to discourage people from going in acute care if that's what they want to do, because, you know, I just don't want to. I just don't want to be like talking down on acute care because everybody talk down on long term care. So I be getting a little offended sometimes when I go on listen to people channels and they be talking about long term care like it's nothing, and I'll be like, "Hi, interested?" Yeah, they be girl, if I get to 250, ooh. See, I'm 46, so I ain't gonna even say that because I was about to say it's gonna be crop top city around here. I would like to get. I actually want to, because I remember how I looked when I was like 210. When I was 210, I was actually wearing like a 14, but I was 210 in all the right places. And so, but I don't know. I don't know if I really want to get down. I don't know. I don't know if I'll feel the same at 210. But when I was 210, that's after I had my I got the 210 after I had heaven. Yeah, because I didn't yeah, I was 210. I thought I was the baddest thing walking around here. I was getting so many compliments. I had because I had shape. I had finally gotten some type of shape because I didn't have none. But I don't know if I can do 210 again. I think 250. I don't know because then I look at my friend and she 225 and but she much small. She much shorter than me, so that could be why. I don't know. I just want to get to 210 so I can have some wiggle room to go back and forth between 210 and 220. One thing I am gonna do is when I get down to like 240, I'm throwing all my clothes away. All my big girl clothes, they going in the trash. I don't want to have them there to fall back on. I want to buy all new clothes. That way when those start to feel a little snug, I'll know it's time to put in work. What was one of your favorite nights and worst nights at work? Um, Let me see if I can go back there. Okay. I want to get 250. I come over to your channel to get my long term. I miss. Yeah, I like long term care. I always like geriatrics though. I just like, they just want their food hot. They want to be clean. They want to be dry. They want their clothes on. They want to sit around and gossip and look at other people and sit on that porch and just that they don't they all they want to do is just be comfortable and live there. They don't all that the hospital got me traumatized, y'all. The hospital got me traumatized. And I just want to sit there with my elderly people and joke and laugh. And even the ones who have dementia and they be saying some crazy stuff, I just be following them up and I like it. Well, on your weight loss journey, it is hard. It is so hard. It is hard. I've been trying to lose weight, y'all, for about 15. My youngest is 19. I gained all this weight after him. I've been trying to lose it all those years. But this time I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it this year. Because, y'all, that white outfit, when I wore that white outfit and I had looked like a Oompa Loompa, I said, no, man, because this outfit is too nice to be coming across like this. What I had in my head, how I was going to look, and how I looked was totally different. Girl, pack you. That's where I said I was gonna go. When I did that rotation and pack you, I said I'm going to pack you. That's me. That is me. You get to learn. Pack you to me is almost like critical care. I don't know if it's considered critical care. Tawanda, you might know. Pack you. I loved it. And when I graduated, I was like, I'm going to pack you. But then after I graduated and I stayed in long term care, I was like, I'm going to stay in long term care because the money was still pretty good. And then a friend of mine, she was like, come on to this hospital. It was a level one trauma facility. I didn't know what level one trauma facility meant, y'all. I had no idea. She was like, you don't have to do a residency. They need nurses real bad. Just come on and she'll hire you. She hired me and I stayed with it. I stayed with it about 10 months because I felt like I was going to be a failure if I didn't at least get my year in. But then C-19 hit and I was out. I was out. I was gone. And then I went back just to get experience again to take a travel contract. But pack you, girl. I even had the nurse in pack you telling me what to do. She was like, start at a small, like, what do you call it, outpatient clinic, working there, pack you. And I was like, yeah, I love PACU. I refused to go to the ER on my rotation. I told them I want to do it. I refused to go to the NICU. I didn't want to do that. Only rotation I did was, I think we went on cardiac flow and went to med surge. But PACU, that was my plan. Yeah, I love long term care too. I think I done got so settled in my, how I'm gonna put it. I done got settled, but I still like to learn. Like I say, being an acute care nurse helped me be a much better long term care nurse. Like the things that I would, I ain't gonna say not necessarily know, because when a person has changed from how they used to be. But now when a person has changed from how they used to be, I can name off. like 3 or 4 things that could possibly going wrong with them at once. Like I could be like, oh, they need to check their sodium level. We need to check the C. We need to do a CBC. We need to check their urine. Their mag level might be they might have mag toxicity. Like I be naming those things, and it's acute care that gave me that knowledge to do that. Like when a patient, like when the doctor put a patient on Lasix, I'd be like, "Do you want to add potassium to that?" Like things like that. I got that from the hospital during COVID, so everything was online, including clothes. Yeah. Do you feel like you liked it that way, being online like that? I think I would have liked that. Oh, you never did rotation in hospital, so where'd you do your PACU? Was that virtual? Okay, PACU is critical care. Yeah, I wanted to do PACU because originally my plan was to go on for my CRNA, but I feel like I just wanted to do that just because it was the thing to do. Other than being a family nurse practitioner, it was like if you're gonna go further, you're gonna be a CRNA or a family nurse practitioner. But once I got my RN, I was like, do you really want to be a CRNA, or is you just saying that because it's like the thing to do? Like when I graduated with my RN, I was already 40 or 41, and I was like, is that something you really want to do, or are you just doing it because it's the thing to do? Um, and I just decided against it because I was like, you just doing it just for it to be the thing to do. But PACU, y'all, I wouldn't even count myself out with PACU. I'm gonna be honest. I really liked it when I watched that nurse work with those patients and giving that them IV push meds, and then it's the fact that you have the patient for maybe an hour to 2 to 3. Every now and then a patient has to stay the night overnight in PACU if they don't have a bed for them on the floor. But you got that patient for a few hours and they gone. And I like that. I was like, oh yeah, I could do this. Ooh, ER. I could never. Y'all they get it in the ER. I could never. I don't want to see. I could never. I need ER to get them the meds they need to calm them down before they come up on the floor. You don't think so? Long term care to me is so different than long term care didn't help me at all in the hospital. Being honest, and I had already did what 18 years in long term care. It didn't help me at all when I got to that hospital. It was a whole new world in that hospital. But the hospital helped me in long term care, but long term care ain't did the thing for me in that hospital. I was like a brand new nurse in the hospital. That's why I feel like they need to be do more clinical than paperwork in school. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's why I said, you know what, I got nurses who haven't, I didn't want to, like I said, I didn't want to discourage people from acute care because I was like, I gotta stop talking about acute care because that might discourage people and make them feel like everybody just gotta have experience on their own. I just had to get settled in the fact that long term care is for me. Everybody don't like it. It's not for everybody. And to be honest, if I was younger, I probably would have liked that excitement at the hospital. But I don't have time for all that excitement. I don't. But I think if I was younger, because when I did my rotation, I was in school with it was a lot of younger girls, and all of them wanted the ER or ICU. And I was like, why y'all want that for y'all? Like, why y'all want all that? But it's the excitement they want. I had a few that wanted to go in the NICU. Oh, congratulations. How much longer you got? Yeah, I did an interview at a LTAC. Y'all on y'all own in the LTAC though. I feel like if you could work LTAC, you definitely could do ICU. Yeah, y'all be on your own. My friend be trying to get me to come work with her in Savannah at this hospital, but I'm like, girl, no. But she basically worked on an LTAC floor, and they don't have no backup. They are the backup. They don't have what you call it, the people rapid response. They are the rapid response. We also had a small, yeah, ICU. I never wanted to do ICU. I can't. I don't know why. I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't want to say this because I've never worked it, but I know you don't have more than 2 patients, and I feel like I'll be bored. I got to be doing something, but I guess you won't be bored because don't you have to chart like every 15 minutes? Yeah, if you could do LTAC, yeah. I had a friend that worked LTAC, and um, she used to tell me the stories. I'd be like, how y'all had? And then you be having like 5 and 6 patients, and no more than that. I think she said in LTAC. LTAC is a lot. I could not. Mm-mm, I couldn't. Yeah, congratulations, Shonda. How much longer you got? Oh, you right there. You ain't got much longer. On my early years, I did everything because I knew I'd eventually go into nurse. That's what I want to do. Nurse education. I was watching a YouTuber today. I had never watched her before. She's a younger lady, and I always thought, I don't know why I thought this, because my BSN instructors were they were family nurse practitioners. They were nurse, what is it, PMH, the psychiatric nurse practitioners, and they were my instructors. So I don't know why you had to have a master's in education to be a clinical instructor, because the lady I was watching today, the girl, well, lady I was watching today, she is a nurse practitioner for women's health. And she was like, and don't think you have to get a master's in education to be a clinical instructor. You can have a master's in any nursing field and become a clinical instructor. She said, and you give yourself a little bit more leeway when you have it as like when you specialize in like geriatrics or women's health or something like that. That way, if you don't like the clinical instructor part, you're not just stuck because you have masters in education. And I was like, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. So I was thinking I could do my master's in geriatric care and I could still be a clinical instructor with even without the master's in education. Because I was thinking about getting my master's in education. Because they have that at Claflin University. Claflin University has the family nurse practitioner and the master of science of nursing and education. I was thinking about doing it. I've taught theory skills lab. Yeah, I thought about doing that. I was gonna apply at the school called ECPI to be a clinical instructor, because when I was at this facility, the clinical instructor, I had known her from working with her before, and you know how nobody want to take the nurses, nobody want to take the students when they come for clinicals. So she gave me 5 students. I was like, nah, that's a bit much. That's a bit much. But she gave me 5 students. And so they shadowed me for the hours that they was there. And I liked it. I was like, I could do this. Yeah. I can, yeah, I was thinking about doing that. I'm at the point now where I'm not gonna say I'm tired of by bedside, because I almost feel like they need me, y'all. I'm telling you, it would be so many things at it'd be so many things wrong that I be catching at this facility I go to. At different facilities, it'd be so many things wrong, and I don't know. I think I just have an eye for stuff like that, and I be like, how y'all let this go on for so long? Like, how y'all still giving this person gap and pit? I mean, it's probably some of it probably ain't that bad, but if D had come through the building, how y'all still giving this person gabapentin 400 milligrams when it was decreased to 100 milligrams 3 weeks ago? Bye, Rez. Yeah, he trying to get in the camera. All right, look, he disrespectful. Yeah, I thought about doing that. I thought about it. I'm thinking. I was hoping my trash business would just take off and I could just retire, but I mean, it's doing good. But if it's gonna take off anymore, I'm gonna have to be out there picking up the trash myself, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, but congratulations, Shonda. Congratulations. Yes, it's a grueling process. I don't know what school you going to. Like I said in one of my videos, if you got to get in that closet and cry, girl, because I remember being on my bed with a headache from stress from school with the book surrounding me, crying, contemplating, dropping out. And I was like, but if you drop out, you just gonna have to go back next semester. Child, it was the worst. But I came through, and it's like it's all forgotten now. Like it seemed like it was so long ago, even though it was only what 4 years ago that I got my RN. About 2018. Yeah, it just seemed like it was so long ago now, but I remember the stress, but it was worth it. It was, even though I'm back in the same field that I was when I went from LP and RN, it was still worth it. Even for no other reason monetarily, it was worth it. Yeah, she told me to come. That clinical instructor, she told me to come apply. So I think maybe when I move, I'll look into it. I be so indecisive, y'all. I be so indecisive. It's like you got so many options and you don't know which way to go. And I don't want to keep I don't want to just keep switching jobs. And it's like, I don't want to get there and then quit on them in 30 days. Cause I'm at that point in 30 days. I'm at that point in my life now. If I don't like something in 30 days, I'm gonna quit. Hit the gritty for $20. I don't know what the gritty is. Um, it's like having a baby. Once labor is done, it's over. Yeah, it is. Cause I don't even remember. I know I was in pain with the ones I got induced with, but I don't remember the pain. I got out and hit the floor running, making money. I'm tired now. I'm thinking about going back for RN. And you tired? Hi, Anna Snow. Hit the floor, yo. So you one of them LPNs like my nephew, honey. Let me tell you, my nephew, I was telling him he got his LPN in 2021 or 2022. My nephew ain't did a good 2 months working before he went agency. I was like, how you do that? Like how you feel comfortable doing that? But he did 2 months staff and then went agency and been agency ever since. He's back in school now for his RN. But I was like, how you 2 months? 2 months and you going agency. Okay. So you one of them LPNs in this curvy naturals. What's stopping you from doing your RN? What do you think stopping you? Oh, I know it's a struggle, Shonda. I know. And let me tell you, I when I originally got my LPN, I was 21 or 22. And I promised myself before I turned 30, I'm gonna go back for my RN. And I actually did go back for my RN I was right at like 29 or 30, and I went back to school for my RN. It just wasn't the right time. I just wasn't in the right headspace. Because I was wanting to move and thinking I could move. I moved while in school, moved an hour and a half further away from the school I was at. Anyway, it all worked out the way it did. When I did go back, it was the right time that I could go and just go straight through and complete it. So I'm happy for the way it happened. But I encourage anybody to go back. Like if you're thinking about it, just go ahead. Even if you only get your prereqs done, at least you got that part out the way. But once you take those prereqs, don't wait, because I had to retake sciences and math because I was on year 4 of my math and my sciences, and they were like, by the time you get into the program, it'll be expired. So I had to take those all over. Thank you, Anna. Thank you. 4 months. 4 months is good. 4 months. I guess. I don't know. You worked it out, so I guess it's good. It's good. Thank you, Anna. Thank you. I was so happy when I saw that 1,000. I was in the kitchen. I was like, I hit 1,000. I don't know what's wrong with y'all, because I think last time I looked at it, I was like at 995. So I don't know why I didn't. I thought I was going to hit that. Put out one more video to hit it. Mm. But you still at it. And then I remember and I was telling my nephew, because I remember I was working at a facility and it was a new grad LPN. I don't think she had been an LPN for 3 months. And she had a patient who G tube came out and she didn't know how to put it back in. and one of the staff nurses there, I'm sideways. So do I need to turn the phone this way? Y'all ain't tell me I'm in sideways. Now, do I know how to turn the phone around? So I'm coming across like this. So I can't. Let me see. Okay, I got it. So am I the right way now? So is that my little cousin Paris on here? I don't know why I say that because there's a lot of Parises in the world. So my one of the workers there, one of the staff workers, I heard her saying, "Oh, this what's wrong with these new nurses. How you don't know how to change a G-tube?" And I was like, I heard her, but I didn't say nothing. But I was thinking, see, that's why you should always. Hey, Paris. I don't know why just thought that was you. I was like, is that my little cousin Paris? So she was saying that these new nurses, how they come working somewhere and don't know what they doing. And that's why I told my nephew, I was like, maybe get like 6 months. I was hoping that I could work with him so I could show him, because I would have had him ready, and I would have had him ready about 2 months, because I would have showed him how to replace a G-tube. I would have showed him everything, but he's still there, so he made it this far. Oh, not my cousin. I was okay. I'm finishing my last prereqs. I will be ready in 2021. I had to retake 2 classes. Oh yeah, them retaking them classes. And I was so mad because I had actually made an A in A&P 1 and 2 when I took them. And math. No, I didn't have to retake a math. I had to take a higher level math. So when I got my LPN, I didn't have to take No, did I? I can't remember. Promise stats. Promise stats. Did I have to take promise stats? Yeah, I took promise stats with my LPN because it was math 110. I had to take another math though. I don't know why. Yeah, it can be dangerous. It can. I had because even my nephew, we lived in the same city, so I didn't tell people he was my nephew. And we ended up working like at some of the same facilities, not on the same day or the same night, but one of the jobs that I was actually staff at, the nurses were talking about him, because he was working night shift, and the nurses was talking about him. And I never told them that was my nephew or nothing, but I did tell him. I was like, "You need to watch your back. I don't know what you're doing, but you need to watch your back because they saying you not doing." He not the type. He not gonna go back and tell them anything. He knew he was a new nurse and he shouldn't have been going agency. He knew it, but I was like, they don't know you was my nephew, but you need to. I don't know what you're doing, but they saying that you basically not a good nurse. Like working behind you is whatever. So, but yeah, it can be dangerous because they locking nurses up. They locking them up left and right. Am I the right side? Am I going straight up and down now? Mm, 2 classes. You had to take A&P 1 and 2 or regular biology. And the school I went to now, when I went back for my RN, my LPN to BSN, we only had to do 2 semesters. Now they've extended it to, I think they're doing 5 semesters, 4 or 5 semesters. And I was like, oh, they just doing that for the money because there's no reason. Even if you're an LPN and you go back, you have to do 4 or 5 semesters. I was like, it's no reason that an LPN should have to go back for 4 or 5 semesters for that RN. That's ridiculous. So I said, that's just some money. They probably lost money. They're probably losing money because they're not charging people for prerequisite classes, so they're trying to make it up in other departments. Oh, I gotta go watch that video. I gotta go watch that. Yeah, it's scary out there. And I saw the nurse who falsified the neuro checks, the nurse in Pennsylvania a couple years ago. I don't know if she ended up going to jail. I don't know, but yeah, I was like, they really locking nurses up. And they had a case up in, I don't know if it was in Rock Hill or it might have been in Spartanburg. Um, They they prosecuting a nurse or something over wound care. I was like, wow, they really coming for the nurses now. They really coming for them. How many semesters you did a bridge? You did a LP and RN? How many semesters you had to do? Oh, okay. Be posting it soon. Yeah, it's getting scary out there with they prosecuting a lot of nurses. They are. And I didn't know they I mean I know they prosecute nurses, but I in my and then I probably didn't hear about them because I wasn't really social media like that back when I became a nurse, when I first became a nurse, and up until like the last 10 years when I really got into social media. But yeah, they prosecuting these nurses. I feel bad for them. You got to really, that's another reason why the hospital ain't no joke. And a lot of people think they won't do anything because it's long term care, but they're getting you in long term care too. Oh, you did 2 semesters. Yeah, that's what mine was. 2 semesters. But I went back for more because me being, that's why I be trying to do this so people don't make the mistakes I made. So when I went back for my RN, I was like, I'm going to go ahead and take all the prereqs for my BSN. So when I go to a BSN program, I can go straight into the the nursing part. I ain't got to do these prereqs. So y'all, I took, I took chemistry. I took, English, a 200 level English. I took political science. I took sociology. I took a lot of courses that I didn't have to take for my BSN thinking I needed, and went to a BSN program, didn't need any of them courses. None of them courses were required. It was like you being an RN was enough. You went on into the BSN program. I could have cried, y'all. I could have cried because I took about 2 years taking those extra courses to get prepared for my BSN and didn't even need those for my BSN. Yeah, 2 semesters. That's the normal for bridge programs. I don't know what he's for. Why they breaking that? Even in Orangeburg, it's a school in Orangeburg. They're making the LP and the RNs. They're doing I think 4 or 5 semesters. Here where I live, the school I went to in Columbia, they're doing either 4 or 5 semesters. I'm like, what? Why that big? What's up with all this 4 or 5 semesters? I would never go. I would never go to them schools. I know I think the most that a school had at one point was 3 semesters because you had to do the transition by itself and then you took the 2 semesters for the RN and BSN. And then if you were LP in less than 12 months, you didn't even have to take the transition course. But this 4 and 5 semesters, I said they just they're trying to recoup money from money they probably losing from not charging for like I think gen ed classes they don't charge for anymore. Yeah, LP and the RN now they doing 4 and 5 semesters when it's always been two. Um, that I know of at most schools, it was always been two. Like I said, unless you were LP in more than 12 months, they were making you do a transition course by itself and then the other nursing courses. But like the school I went to, it was only 2 semesters and we did transition with psych. Oh, a 2 week summer prep. So y'all didn't even really do a transition, huh? A 2 week summer class, prep class. Oh, where is that? Where are you? Where do you live, Paris? Might need to tell people about that school. Yeah, they want all the money. They want it. Yeah, Tawanda, I think it changed because, like I said, and I don't know if it's just in, I can't be just in South Carolina where they're not really charging for gen ed classes, but they trying to recoup that money. I was like, it's a lot of it is, let me see my, a lot of it is all about money. That's all it is. And it's a shame. Oh, okay. Cape Cod. Oh, yeah. They need to know about that if that school is still doing that. Did you just transition? 18 months? Well, that's 3 semesters. No. No, that's like what? How many semesters is that? That's a year and a half. 4 semesters. Oh no. Wouldn't be going to them schools, Anna. 18 months to bridge. It ain't even that serious. It all that is not 18 months. Ooh, a year and a half to go from LPN to RN. What classes are they giving y'all? Oh, they probably done changed that up, Paris. Oh, you've been an LPN over a year though, Sean. Because I, like I said, a lot of schools, if you were LPN less than a year, you didn't have to take transitions. But you said it's been over a year. A lot of they say a lot of students don't make it out of transition. They say it's hard for LPNs to cope with going back after they've already been out working, learning what they learned. But to me, the RN portion of the nursing program is totally different than the LPN portion of the nursing program. I didn't even know it was that much more to learn when I got in the RN program. I didn't even know, because you're an LPN and you thinking you got it because you done been an LPN, you got it, but you really get into like the pathophysiology, I say, when you get into those RN classes, because there was a lot of stuff I didn't know none of that stuff. I'll be honest with y'all. I was in there on the wing and the prayer. But my school made us write a lot of papers. They were trying to prepare us for the BSN. So we had to write a lot of papers. But the stuff I was learning, like about burns and the cardiac system, and the respiratory system, and different medications I had never given because I don't give those in long term care. Yeah, I can say I hated my school. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all know I didn't even go to graduation. I felt like I wouldn't have been able to fake it with them instructors, but I can say I learned a lot. I learned a lot. You thought RN was easier? Ooh, I don't know. I don't even remember. I don't even remember my LPN course, to be honest. That's just I guess how easy it was to me. I didn't even study for the NCLEX. I was so young, y'all, and I had already always been good at school. I was one of them students who really didn't have to study for a test. I just listened in class and I could remember what they would say. So when I got to school for my LPN, I didn't have it hard in LP. I don't know why, because I hadn't know nothing about being a nurse. Um, I didn't find it hard. And then when I went to take my NCLEX, I didn't even study for the NCLEX. And when I took the NCLEX, it was back when um I didn't schedule my NCLEX. The instructor scheduled it, I think, if I can remember correctly. And I just went and took it one day. And I ain't gonna lie, whatever the number of questions was, the 100 and something questions, I think I got them all because I remember stopping and saying a prayer. Um, but you had to wait for your results to come in the mail. And I passed. I don't know how I passed, but I passed. Yep, I had been a nurse, and I had been a nurse for 18 or 19 years. I had been an LPN for like 19 years. Um, when I went back for my RN. Yep. And I'm still so conflicted, y'all. I don't know what I want to retire. That's what I want to do. I want to retire. Then I'll be wanting to be a clinical instructor. Then I'll be wanting to then I'll be wanting to find a telehealth job. I don't know what I want to do, y'all. I don't, and y'all know nursing was never my passion. I always said I'm not one of them gonna get up here and be like, oh, I always wanted to be a nurse, and my so and so was a nurse, and I just love helping people. And I don't know how I became a nurse. I was a CNA. I took the CNA course. They had a program called JTPA through the unemployment unemployment center, and I was like 17 or 18. I had already no, I must have been 19 because I had already had my second child. And they asked me what course I wanted to do, and I just said CNA. I didn't even know what a CNA was, y'all. I just said the CNA course, And back then, when I went to the first session of the CNA course, um, they told us you don't have to. You the one of the instructors said you don't have to take a class to become a CNA. You could basically study the book and then take your CNA certification. I ain't never show back up to that class, y'all. I took the book, I studied the book, I went and took the course, I took my CNA and I passed. So then I started working at a nursing home, and I didn't even realize that those y'all might think I'm stupid, y'all. I didn't even realize that those were LPNs working as the nurses. I didn't know the difference between LPN and RN. I had no idea what the difference was. And so I left the nursing home working as a CNA, and I went back to working to the gas station, the BP, because back then I was making $4.30 an hour as a CNA, and I was making like $4.45 working at the gas station. So I was like, let me go back to this 445 is less work on my back. And yeah, I really didn't know nothing about nursing, even though I had two kids. The nurses were in the hospital, and so then I left the gas station. I think I went back to the nursing home because they had started paying the CNAs. I think they were getting like 5.15 an hour or something. I think minimum wage had went back up or something. I can't remember. And from there, my sister was in school and she had went for early childhood education or something, and she told me come sign up for school. And so when I went, I signed up to be a nail technician because I wanted to be a nail technician way back then, and they told me I had to take the whole cosmetology course, and I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to do hair. So I was like, well, let me just do nursing. And that's how I went to school for nursing. I was like, well, I'll just take nursing. Yeah, MDS. I was thinking about doing MDS too. You can do it's a certification you can do online. Like you pay a certain amount and they run you through a certification course or whatever for MDS, and you can become a certified MDS worker. But back in the day, child, people just went and did the MDS job, and whoever was there trained them to do it, and that's how they did it. It wasn't all that, as far as I know, all that certification. People just left the floor and became an MDS worker. I just don't know which one. It depends on what you want to do, and because right now, I mean, it depends on how much you want to spend between associates or bachelors. How much you want to spend? Do you have an employer paying for it for you? How long you want to be in school? Um, I did associates because it was only 2 semesters, and then I went back and did bachelors after I had my associates for a year, I think, and then I went back for my bachelors, and I found it to be more affordable to do it that way because for one, the school that I got my bachelor's at, they gave everybody who had a 2.5 or greater GPA $2,500, I believe, off the tuition, and it was only I started January 10th and I finished December the 14th. So, and it was totally online. I didn't have to go. I did a project you were supposed to do a project on a job, but I just chose the job I was working at that time and did the project with them. And I went straight through and did it. And it was not nowhere near as stressful as the ADM program. Yeah, I mean, it depends. Dev Joe, it depends. It is a lot in long term care now. I sometimes I'll be like, I don't want to make it seem like it's just so easy because I just been doing it for so long. So it's like I know all the little tricks of the trade and I know what to do. And so it probably go a little easier for me. Um, but to me, it's easier than med surg. Some people will say it's not, but to me, it's easier than med surg. But then again, I'm looking at it coming from a nurse who worked at a level one trauma facility. It's different in a level one trauma facility than like a level three. So I'm gonna say that because a level three facility, acute care facility, I probably could breeze through there, no problems at all, have no issues. I probably could breeze right on through. I think it's that level one trauma facility got me traumatized because y'all, I used to have 6 patients. I used to have four with telly. I think that was against protocol. I would have four on telly. The telly monitor steady calling me. So and so leads or loose. So and so leads or loose. So and so is tachycardic. So and so just had some type of rhythm. I forgot what they would call it. And I'd be like, dang, like I can't even go see my other patients. Then you got this patient whose systolic is 250 or greater, and you steady pushing labetalol, you pushing hydride, you doing all this calling the doctor, and you just like, why don't you get this patient off my floor? I ain't even been able to go see the other 5 patients because this patient is critical and shouldn't even be on this. It was just too much for me. Then you got restraints that you got to chart on every 2 hours. You got to go check and make sure circulation is good. I mean, it was a lot, and I was stressed. I used to cry in the parking lot. I used to be like, I don't want to be here, but I got to do my year because I don't want it to be like I couldn't make it. But I had, and then when I went back to I used to think long term care was stressful until I worked in the hospital. Then when I went back to long term care, I was like, this ain't shit. I can do this. I can do this with my eyes closed. Yeah, I do day shift too. I do night shift too, though. I just be so sleepy. Yeah, they should have. Yeah, if they were too similar, you and yeah, you don't live close to another state where you can go to school and do a 2 semester program, Anna. Yeah, they should. You get a routine, you are fine. Is one thing about the routines. Nothing wrong with a routine. You just gotta really be careful about the medication orders because you could be off one day and a med could get decreased, DC'd or something. And if you so used to just giving, you might miss it. That's really the only thing. You just gotta really be observant in long term care. Cause I'd be like, if my patient get acute, like I had a patient the other night, he fell, he hit his head. I couldn't tell if it was a laceration, an abrasion. All I saw was blood everywhere. The goose egg had started raising, had started rising on his head. He landed, flipped out the bed and landed right on top of his head, and it was blood everywhere. I didn't even call the doctor first. I called 911. I sent him out, and then I called the doctor. I was like, look, he landed on top of his head. The goose egg was already forming. It was so much blood, I can't tell if he needs stitches or what he's gonna need. And I let her give me the order to send him out, but she ain't already know. I had already called 911. So yeah, um, but yeah, I don't know. Long term care is easy for me. I hate to say easy, but it's kind of easy for me. And why not stick with what's easy for you? Like where you won't be stressed. Even at the hospital, when I first got my LPN, I worked in the hospital. When I graduated with my LPN and I took my test and I passed, I worked in the hospital. And I didn't. And sometimes I'd be thinking about going back to that hospital because I ain't had no problems at that hospital. It was a level 3, real low key. You might have a patient got to get a blood transfusion. You might have a patient you got to do some IV push meds, but they're not critical. If they're critical there, we send them somewhere else. And I thought about going there. The only reason I left there, y'all, the only reason I left the hospital, when I was an LPN, I was young. I was like 21, 22. I had I ain't gonna say I had a bad attitude, but you're not gonna say no slick stuff to me. You're not gonna be sarcastic. You're not gonna do none of that because I'm gonna call you on it. And so I work with a lot of, when you're LPN, you can't do certain things. And the way it was set up then, because I don't think we had electronic Mars and it was on paper. So you wrote on on a piece of paper who your IV push med, what time your IV push meds were, and who had to get a blood transfusion or whatever. And you wrote the name, the room number, and all that down on a piece of paper, and you turned it upside down and put it on the cart so that your RN supervisor, whoever the RN is who's in charge, they'll know, okay, at 2 o'clock, Muriel has an IV push drug. I gotta do it. Well, I forgot to write it on the paper. And so I went to them last minute and told them, oh, so and so, and she had this nasty ass. She was like, I don't know why they even she don't know why they even have LPNs on the floor if they can't. She was one of them. And so I remember telling my nurse supervisor that I was putting in my 2 weeks notice. And she was like, why, Muriel? Why? If you're having problems, just let me know. And I was like, no, I think it's best that I just leave. And yeah, and so I put my 2 weeks notice in and I went back to long term care. And I said I would never go back to the hospital until I got my RN. And then went back, and by that time it was 20 years later, and it was too much for me. It was too much. That's why I did the video saying, if you're LPN, not don't go to the hospital, but if you have these plans for your future, yeah, the hospital is for you. But if you don't have these plans for your future, I just see it. I don't want to say it's a waste of time going to the hospital, but like they're utilize at one point before C-19 hit, they were utilizing LPNs in my hospital as like patient care techs. Like they were utilizing them as patient care techs. And I didn't see where it was. Now there was one LPN who had been there for like 20 something years, and she could run circles around all the RNs on that floor. She was training me as an RN. She was training. I don't know how they had her precepting me as an RN because they're not supposed to do that. But she was precepting me as an RN, and she had that system down. She was the only LPN that I saw that worked on that floor that they actually utilized as a nurse. They were utilizing all the other LPNs. Basically, they called them support staff or what they call them, extended staff. They call them something, and they utilize them as patient care techs. And so, and then they wasn't making no money. They was making, I think they was bringing LPNs in at like 18, $19 an hour. I mean, I can't say that's no money because this was y'all know things pre-COVID and post-COVID is totally different. But I think they were making like, because my friend went there as an LPN and she was making 18, $19 an hour, and there were CNAs working in long term care who were already at like $15 an hour. So yeah, it's yeah. So but if you are an LPN who plan to go back for your RN, then yeah, go ahead to the hospital because you will find there'll be some nurses there. They want you to get that RN because they want you to come back and help. They want you to come back and work there because they need the help. They'll start. I shouldn't say this. I shouldn't say this because I don't want to they'll let you do the things that you aren't even licensed to do yet, but they know you're in school, so they'll let you do it. They may monitor you, they may not. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not even gonna lie, but they'll let you start doing some of the things that you'll be doing as an RN, and they'll just I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. I just know this to be true. They'll let you do some things that you probably shouldn't be doing as an LPN because they know you're in school and they want you to learn. They may come and watch you do it. Like your charge nurse may pull you and be like, "Come on, you about to go do this song. You about to go do this saw you med draw push." Like they let you get that experience. And so if you're an LPN and you plan to go back to school for your RN, I think the hospital and you plan to work in a hospital, I would say go ahead and work in the hospital. Unless you need the money unless you need the money while you're in school, then I would say long term care. But like when I was in school for my RN, I did Baylor program. I picked up 4 hour shifts, and that's another thing is the long term care is so flexible. I picked up 4 hour shifts. I did 6 hour shifts. I did Baylor weekends. I got paid extra money for working every weekend. Like, yeah. I don't know if my comments are stuck. I'm not seeing anymore. Um, let me see. I'm in school. I plan on starting out on to it seems like most people. Yeah, right now. Oh, I think Deb the dude. Hey, I saw you in one of my videos saying you back in school. No, I ain't back in school. I was thinking, I ain't gonna lie, I was thinking about the masters in education, but I ain't back in school. I can't even, I would, I don't know. I don't want to lie to y'all. Yeah, it's never too late. Let me tell you, there was a nurse who graduated when I graduated my RN. She was 59, and I was thinking, why are you even you 59? You so close to retiring. But she had been an LPN, she said, for 35 years, and it was always her dream to get her RN. And she got her RN at 60. I think she was 60 when she graduated, and she was working at like a buy I think it's Biata. It's like a home health. She had a pediatric patient. She was working with that pediatric, and she remained with that pediatric patient still to now. This is 4 years later. She's still working with that pediatric patient. And I was just thinking, why you even go? Why? But she was 62, 60 when she graduated. RN, how do you manage long-term care? I just don't have it in me. I don't know. I just do. I just do. I like it. I thought the grass was greener on the other side at the hospital. And like I said earlier, it may be because I was in a level 1 trauma facility, because that makes a difference. But I thought the grass might have been greener on the other side, but that ran me right back to long-term care. Yeah, I'm thinking about teaching too. Hey, Nikki Nicole. Thank you. This was my vacation hair. But this is what we gonna be. Y'all see, I dyed my hair. Y'all saw the video where all that gray was. I had to dye that thing. I had to. I ain't ready for that. Not yet. Um. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so comfortable in long-term care. And like I say in my videos, y'all, when I need a break, I can just go outside and sit in my car. If I need to run down the road to the store, I just run down the road to the store. My 30-minute breaks end up being 45 minutes or hour breaks. Like, you can't do that in the hospital. And that might be my problem. Like, I want to do certain things that you can't do in the hospital. I want to do that in the hospital. Now, my friend told me at the hospital she work at, she goes home and stuff, but I just never could take that chance, because my patients used to be crashing all the time, and they gonna be bringing that. They give you a little phone and they be ringing that off the hook. I just could never do that, and it just I always had seemed like I always would have at least one night out of the week. I always had a critical patient that did not need to be on this floor. My vacation was good. The airport process, y'all that be traveling internationally, how y'all deal with that airport process? Oh my goodness. Oh, that's all I could say. My homegirl, her son went with us. It was her birthday. And he missed his flight. He missed the second flight because the airport process took so long. He came in from New York to Atlanta and then flew with us from Atlanta to Cancun. When we came back, the plane was late coming back. It took baggage like an hour to even send our bags out. By the time, and then we had to walk, seemed like 2 miles from where we got off the plane to the to get the bags. He missed his flight to New York, and he had to sit in Atlanta airport for 7 hours to catch his next flight. I was like, wow, is this what, how people be going international all the time and going through this mess? I was saying, I ain't going international, y'all. I ain't doing international flights no more. If we can't do something domestic, I ain't going, because this is too much. On the ride back to get to my car, I was already looking up trips to the DR, so we probably be going to the DR next. DR, always looking at Costa Rica too, but Costa Rica kind of expensive. Um, what? Well, if you thinking about canceling, then you don't really want to do it. So you work in the hospital? Them the dude, you in the hospital? If you already think about canceling, then you might not want to do it, because you might not want to go, because everything you come across is going to discourage you there if you already feel like that. Um, this is the braided hair is Queen Bee hair, 60 inch. This right here is some human wet and wavy hair. So my niece just takes the little needle after she do the braid. She just take the little, I guess, crochet needle and just put the hair inside the braid. Level 1 ER nurse. Oh, yeah, you ain't gonna want long-term care. I don't know, you might want the break. You might want the break from the ER. And you in a level 1 trauma? Ooh, you catch everything crazy coming through the door. I couldn't. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah, I mean, it's low key to me. You might not be used to it though, because like my friend, she worked in the hospital and she went to take a PRN at long term care, and she was like, "Ain't no way in hell she could work with no 25 patients." She just said she couldn't do it. It's you gotta, if you've never done it before, you gotta really. It's different. You gonna look at them 25 or 30 patients like this is too much, but that's because what you do, 4 patients. You have like 4 rooms in the ER, 4, maybe 5 now after COVID. Yeah, international flights. I was. Girl, I was sitting there. Then we got a text message saying the plane was delayed. But then when we got there, it didn't have it was delayed on the board or whatever. And I was like, what if, like me, that was on my second time flying. I wouldn't have known to look at the board to see the plane was actually going to be on time. What if I would have missed my flight? I would have been stuck in Cancun. Never again. 4 to 5 in the ER now. Yeah, I think 4 was average, right? Yeah, long term care take. Yeah, a lot of people don't like long term care. They don't like it. I mean, I can understand it because when I worked it before I went to the hospital, I was like, "Ooh, I can't wait to get out of long term care. I can't wait to blind." But child, like I said, the hospital ran me back. I might be a little lazy too. Like I don't know how old you are, Deb. The dude. See, I went into the hospital older, so I don't have the energy to give them like that. You know, it's more, slow pace at the long term care. I could take my time and stuff. What specialty you in, Anna? Yeah, you still young. You got that energy. You probably like that excitement. I don't want none of that excitement. I don't need that excitement. Go overseas or some. I mean that flight, well, that I mean the flight wasn't long. It was only like 2.5 hours, but what is it for? Is it for Deb to do? Is it for a floor nurse or is it for like a unit manager? Eh, You already worked this, so you already know. If you said not again, then you might not want to do that. I don't know. Just go and see. Oh my God, skin tears need to. Yeah, it's a lot. 34. That must be on night. See, I heard people say they work day shift facility with 35 patients. I've never done that on day shift. Night shift, yeah. But the ones that like to fall, they getting up in that Jerry chair and they come and roll into this desk at night. That's what they doing. The skin tears, yeah. It is a lot now. It is a lot, and they get a lot of medication. There's no lie. I can't lie, but you know what I be doing? I be getting medication discontinued. Like, I'm a very proactive long term care nurse. If I see a patient systolic steady running 120, 120, 110, they on 5 different blood pressure medications, I'm gonna write a note in the doctor book. Resident consistently runs systolics of such and such and such. I print off a list of the medication on, and I make suggestions that maybe we could put parameters on some of this blood pressure medication because we like to do our own thing in long term care. So it's so many nurses that will not give the blood pressure medication, but a sign they gave it, but they're not gonna give it because this person's systolic was 105. So instead of doing that, can we just get a doctor to put parameters? So if it's not greater than 110, so I do that a lot. I get a lot of medication parameters on. So they instead of them getting 20 pills, none of them really get 20 anymore on the morning shift. So instead of them getting like 10 pills, they may only end up with like 4 because they're not qualified to get none of their blood pressure meds because their systolic is like 110. And then like shout out to me. Can you shout out to me? Okay. Um Med surg. Yeah, that's what I did. Med surg. Tell you it was aggravating. Um and like I had a patient who blood sugar just consistently ran like 80, 70. 105, 110, but we checking their sugar 4 times a day, AC and HS, but it's always low. So I printed off the copy of their last 30 days of blood sugars and I put a note in the doctor's book. Can we decrease these blood sugar checks to twice a day? Resident is consistently low. And so I got them decreased to twice a day. Like that's what I do. I be real proactive because I don't be trying to do all that work either. Illinois, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you was on here earlier, Anna, but PACU, that's where I originally thought about going, was PACU. Postpartum, I could probably do postpartum. I don't know. The babies though. And I was never one of the nurses that wanted to work with babies either. I just feel like I'm too much of a crybaby and I'll be crying harder than the family members, so that wasn't gonna work. Yeah, that's why I want to try pack you. They have to do. That's why I wanted to do pack you because I was like, you had a patient for like an hour or two, then you on to the next patient. Yeah. Anna, don't make me go apply to somebody pack you now, because I wasn't trying to go into an acute care facility. I wasn't trying to do that now. Don't make me go apply for PACU, because that was my original goal, was PACU. Don't have me up in somebody outpatient surgery center applying for a PACU position. Because that's exactly that's exactly where I was going to go. See, I already got in my mind, y'all, that I'm trying to do like telehealth or something I could work from home or be a clinical instructor somewhere. Now, please don't send me a nobody PACU, because I don't want to quit on nobody in 30 days. I don't want to do that. But that's where I originally wanted to go. She gonna go to wrong. I don't blame her, but yeah, that PACU, yeah, that was my plan. PACU was my plan. That was it. I did the first rotation I did in PACU, and we wasn't even supposed to go to PACU. My clinical instructor, she was like, "Look, everybody's not gonna be a cardiac nurse, and not gonna work on the cardiac floor, and everybody's not gonna be med surg. I'm gonna send y'all to different specialties so y'all can fill it out and see what you want." So I gave up my ER rotation. I gave up my NICU rotation, because I knew I didn't want to do those two. And so with me giving that up, it gave me 2 days in PACU. That first day, I was like, "Oh, this me right here. This is me. I'm doing PACU." Ain't been back in nobody PACU since. Yeah, I thought about, I ain't gonna lie, I thought about PACU. I was like, because I mean, in the time I was down there for 4 hours, she probably had three patients in the 4 hours, three patients, and they was gone. And when I was there the first day, she said there was a patient that was there the night, he stayed overnight in the PACU because they didn't have a bed upstairs. But by the time I came in, they were shipping them on upstairs. I was like, "Ooh, ain't this the life? Ain't this the life?" By the time you just get to where you a patient getting on your nerves, it's time to send them on their way. Ain't that the life? Yep, I sure thought about it. But if I was to do it now, I probably wouldn't even do it in an acute care setting. I would try to maybe go to an outpatient surgery center or something. Um, yep. But PACU. How y'all deal with what come through them doors at the ER? I just it be some stuff coming through the doors. I didn't even know there was that many sick people in this city I live in until I started working in med surge, and I was like, "What is this disease? I don't even know what this disorder is." I had to be Google stuff. I had never heard of some of this stuff. Yeah, pack you where said. Tell me about it when you get there, Shonda. Y'all might talk me into going to pack you. Cause I'm trying to tell you, I really did love pack you. All my family would be so shocked if I was to go. Child. Cause all I've been talking about is retiring for the last like 2 years. Then I thought about going in the federal government, but I mean, and then they got hospitals here that's like state like the MUSCs are all around. They bought up a bunch of hospitals here, and I do a lot of things. Be thinking about benefits for a lot of stuff too. So I was like, I can go work the MUSC, get them good, get them good government benefits, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe y'all. I don't know. I'll see. I'll see. I'll see. No, I'm not young. I'm 46 years old. My plan has always been to retire by the time I'm 50 or 52. So that has always been my plan, to retire by 50 or 52. So if my trash business do what it needs to do, I can retire. But I'll see. Because at this point, it's looking like if I wanted to expand, I'm going to have to put some overalls on and go pick the trash up myself. Because people don't have the vision like I got, even though they see the work that's being put in. They see the clientele that want our service. They don't have that vision, and they scared to jump out there and quit their job to work this business full time. But anyway, that's another story for another day. If y'all thinking about doing a business, I ain't gonna say I'm disappointed, but I'm so disappointed. Yeah, I still have my trash business. And when I thought about the trash business, I was like, this can potentially be a 5 figure a month business. I wouldn't need to work as a nurse no more. I was like, we can really like I was trying to sell it to him. I was like, and it's so many people who don't have trash pickup and people want it for their mothers because they like I have clients who their children pay for their mothers or their father's service because they don't want to go and take the trash. Like they was going taking and picking up the trash like every 2 or 3 days, and it's like we can give this company basically $1 a day and they'll do it. So I got a lot of clients like that who got the service for their parents. Then I got clients who, don't want to burn trash. Like I be telling him we could potentially I can get us 100 clients tomorrow if you say let's expand. But and then my kids don't want to do it. I was like, this is like a family business. I'm trying to lead y'all. My second son, he was saying he might do it. He got 1 or 2 more semesters in college, and he said he might do it. But you in college for psychology, you ain't trying to do no trash business. I told y'all my daughter Heaven, she like a YouTube star out here. She ain't trying to leave the house to make no money, and so. Mm, but that was gonna be my retirement plan, Miss Anna. My retirement plan was gonna be my trash business. Yep. And thank you, thank you. My friend, I be calling him my friend. He be telling me don't come on here talking about the trash business. I be like, why? I'm trying to, cause I have a coworker. She's a CNA. Um, she started her trash business. I gave her the blueprint. I told her everything to do. I told her where I got the trash. I told her everything, and she's making good money doing it. She works in the county. She works in the county over from where I work, and she just expanded to her second county now. She's doing it, making her money. So yeah, I was like, that's a business you would just never think about. Patients who need assistance in their homes, basically. Yeah, I thought about that. But Miss Anna, you might think I'm lazy. I don't even want to tell you this. I didn't want a business where I had to show up. I don't want to have to show up anywhere. I want to be able to handle everything from my house. I don't want to have to show up to do the work. It's like, to me, that's almost like I might as well stay being a nurse if I got to show up. So that was my thinking. And that's why I was thinking about maybe telehealth nursing because even though I'm showing up online. It's not like I'm showing up in person. Cause like my clinical and even being a clinical instructor, because my clinical instructors for my BSN program, not clinical, they weren't clinical. What do you call them? Just the instructors? They got another name. Whatever they call them. They was all online. Them people was probably at home in their pajamas. I, they was all online. We barely. They would pre-record. It's not like they held class. They would pre-record whatever and just put it up and we watch it. So yeah. Miss Anna, I thought about it one time I had so many business plans, y'all. I don't know where I be getting these ideas from. I thought about doing a post acute care rehab, like a place that you said, if any of y'all want to do this now, I don't know how to go about getting started, but these are some ideas. So you know how a lot of patients when I worked in the hospital, I realized that a lot of my patients did not understand the changes that were going on with them. They didn't know how to administer insulin. They didn't know if they were a new colostomy, they didn't know how to change a colostomy. If they had a G tube, they didn't know how to administer bolus feed. They didn't know how to do that stuff. And in the hospital, these patients you'll be like, do you understand? They'll say, yeah, they don't understand. They really don't understand. And their family members, they don't like when I worked in med surge. A lot of my clientele were elderly, and they would have their wives or their kids. They don't understand. They just gonna say they do. They don't. So I thought about having a facility where I guess it's a post acute care type place where like if a patient Like name a job for an edit. Like when a patient was like a new diabetic or new like had to start administering insulin to themselves, they could come to my facility for like 2 days and I would give them hands-on instruction on, okay, this is how you pull up the insulin, this is how you inject it, these are signs to watch for, to prevent your from your family member becoming that your family member may become hypo or hyperglycemic. If someone had a new colostomy, okay, this is how you change the colostomy, this is the care for the stoma, this is how you do this. If somebody is a bolus feeding, okay, this is how you administer this bolus feeding, this is how, this is what you watch for. This is what you do to prevent aspiration. And it would just stay for like 24 to 48 hours just to get, and that the patient and the family member could stay. Or even if the patient just needed to stay and the family member just came in for that one-on-one instruction, so I could show them how to do these certain things. Because I don't know what is it called, residual, when the patient has to come back to the hospital within 30 days. I don't know if it's really residual. I can't remember. Readmission, basically. It's a lot because these patients leave the hospital and they do not understand. They do not understand their new diagnosis. They don't understand their disorder, and they don't properly handle their care when you leave. Like a patient who has a wound, okay, this is how you clean this wound and keep it sterile. This is how you dress this wound. This is what you look for. This is a sign of infection for this wound. They don't be understanding that stuff. And I used to feel so bad because I knew they didn't understand, and I try to break it down. And they're going to say, yeah, because a lot of them don't want to seem like they don't want to seem, I don't, they don't want to seem like they're ignorant to the nurse or the doctor when they're asking them, do you understand? And they'll say, yeah, they don't really understand. So I was like, what if I had like a facility where a patient and their family member could come stay for like 24 to 48 hours, so I can give them that one-on-one instruction on, okay, this is how you care for this condition, this is what you look for. And it would stop a lot of readmissions to the hospital. So that's a business that could probably get a lot of government backing, y'all. So any of y'all out there, that's a good idea for a business. Yeah. Yeah, I thought about that. I actually wrote a paper on that in my BSN from BSN class. I wrote a paper about that, but I wouldn't even know how to. I know you could get funding for that because that is much needed. I know you could get some type of funding for that. I just don't know where you would go to get it, but I'm sure somebody out there do. But that was one of my business ideas. Another one has nothing to do with nursing, but this is for any of y'all who have children who like to exercise. Um, so childhood obesity is a real big issue here in South Carolina. Yeah, a lot of family members don't want to deal with it, but a lot don't want to deal with it. But there are some who don't know how to deal with it, but they are willing to. And for those, that type of business would be great, because I've seen wives who didn't know how to deal with certain conditions of their husbands, or husbands who didn't know how to deal with certain conditions of their wives, but they was there 24/7 with their husband or their wife in the hospital. So they just need that extra instruction because they don't understand, because they just don't understand. But another business idea, y'all, if y'all got a teenager, because let me tell you, my or a young adult, I say teenager because my daughter Heaven, she's really into fitness. My son, he's really into fitness, but Heaven in particular, she's really into being fit and dancing. So, I did a paper on childhood obesity because it's real bad in the southeast. I don't know how it is in other air Midwest or the North, but childhood obesity is real bad in the southeast. And I was like, one thing that we don't have. I've never seen a kids Zumba class. Now I don't know if they have them other places, but I've never come across a kids Zumba class. So I was like, Heaven loved to dance. Heaven be in my garage every day dancing. I was like, what if she became a Zumba instructor for children? Because the certification was only like $250 online. I was like, she could be the first um child Zumba instructor here in this county and the state for all I know, but because I can rent out a building at the library and have her hold her Zumba classes there twice a week. and it be just for children ages 18 and under. Because working out, if you can make it fun and make it into a dance, you just don't know how many kids would love would love that and desperately need it. Because my son, my 24, is he 25 now? He was obese as a child. He was an obese child, and he he lost a good bit of weight when he got to like the 10th grade. That boy be in the that boy be at the gym 4 to 5 days a week. 4 to 5 days a week now as a 25-year old. He in the gym 4 to 5 days a week. So yeah, I thought about Zumba for children, cause and that'll give them something to do. And then her mama is a registered nurse, so I could oversee everything, and I can make sure she gets CPR certified for just CPR certified basically, but for children as well. And yeah, and I would just have the parents sign a agreement or a waiver or whatever, and I would be there with her for the classes, and they could just leave their kids there. They could do their Zumba for an hour. Say on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, that give the parents an hour to go do what they need to do because they know they have a registered nurse overseeing their children at Zumba. Well, we had to do it 2 days a week because I can't do three. And I'll just let her do like two classes on Tuesdays. Yeah, that was one of my ideas. So that's the idea for somebody out there. Yep. And that's something could get government funding too, because childhood obesity is a real big issue, especially in the southeast. Um, So yeah, y'all. I enjoy talking to y'all. I do have to work in the morning. I almost forgot that myself. So I'm getting hungry. I could go eat some broccoli and cheese. I don't really want to go back downstairs. Um, I'll see. But yeah, y'all. Thank y'all for joining. And for y'all, those that didn't see, I did get my balloons. I got my 1K balloon, y'all. I want my $28 back though. um But yeah, thank y'all for joining me, and thank y'all for being down in that comment section. I recognize a lot of the names. Thank y'all for engaging. Thank y'all for staying with me, even though the first two and a half years I barely post. I don't even know how y'all kept finding the channel, but I really appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. And I will do this again probably when I hit 10K. Yeah, when I hit 10K, maybe when I hit 5K. Or I might just do it again. I don't know. I don't want to wear it out because sometimes people could just wear out, they can wear it out doing the lives too much. But yeah, I'll be dropping another video Wednesday to keep y'all updated on my weight loss. Cause like I said earlier, if I get down to like 250, and I don't be surprised if I pop on here with a crop top now. I'm just saying. Um, yeah, but thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for engaging. I was nervous, but this went well. Thank y'all for all the questions. And if y'all have any other questions, just leave them in the comment section of the videos. I try to even go back to videos I posted 2 years ago when people ask questions. And I don't even like to say best of luck, but Shonda, let us know 9 months. So that's gonna be what? Around the summertime, you should be graduating. So let us know how it go. Let me know if you decide to go in the PACU. Let me know how it is, because I might be in there. Girl, I don't know. I might do it too. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for watching. And yeah, what can I say? I don't know. Hope y'all next shift be the best shift. Bye.